This video will cover the SEPTA Police Department. I'm Nicholas, and you're watching the Law Enforcement Agency Information Channel. The SEPTA Police Department is a Pennsylvania state law enforcement agency that falls under the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA for short, which, for those who don't know, is essentially a Pennsylvania state entity charged with providing public transportation services to the greater Philadelphia area. More specifically, Philadelphia and the four counties surrounding it. I don't live in Pennsylvania nor Philadelphia, so I don't know those exact four counties. Anyways, when it comes to their responsibility, the SEPTA Police Department is responsible for protecting and policing bus stations, bus stops, train stations, vehicles, so buses and trains, and pretty much any form of property owned or operated by the SEPTA. They focus on protecting the everyday commuters, staff, and physical property of SEPTA through the provision of law enforcement. Specific individual duties of the SEPTA Police Department include patrolling SEPTA property, overseeing the security cameras at SEPTA property, responding to emergencies at or nearby SEPTA property, investigating and watching out for crimes that could take place at SEPTA property, such as vandalism, homicide, arson, etc. You name it. They focus on all. And then, sorry, my computer must shut off there. And then collaborating with fellow law enforcement agencies, etc. They are one of the oldest, I'd say, one of the oldest transit police departments. They currently maintain approximately 250 sworn police officers. Again, the majority of their staff is police officers, or I should say they maintain approximately 250 employees, but the majority of those employees are police officers. Yeah. SEPTA police officers are state peace officers with authority to carry firearms, issue warrantless arrests, and carry out warrants both on and off duty. They have jurisdiction throughout the 5 counties for which they serve. With that being said, as they are peace officers, if a crime is taken within a SEPTA police officer's presence, he or she can pursue that crime throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. They do not have statewide jurisdiction simply because SEPTA does not operate statewide. It only operates within a specific region. It only operates within the greater Philadelphia area, not the entire Pennsylvania. So they wouldn't really need it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for their jurisdiction and authority. In order to become a SEPTA police officer, you are required to attend a municipal police academy. Any municipal police academy within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The specific duration of time for which you will train varies based upon the academy for which you will go to. Typically lasts between 25 and 30 weeks. Probably around 25 weeks, at least for Pennsylvania. But anyways, some tactics you would cover during the training. Again, it's generic policing tactics. The tactics you see municipal police officers trained in. Even though SEPTA police officers are state law enforcement officers, they go through municipal police training. But anyways, some specific tactics they're trained in include firearm tactics, vehicle tactics, physical tactics, fugitive apprehension tactics, generic investigative tactics, and etc. Again, the training SEPTA police officers go through is equivalent to that of a municipal police officer, despite the fact, again, SEPTA police officers are state law enforcement officers. With that being said, if you have completed a municipal police academy within the past, you may be able to bypass training. Again, this all varies. One important thing to note is that the municipal police academy for which you attended to must have been within the state of Pennsylvania. They do not accept municipal police academy certificates from other states. Sorry, my computer must shut off there. Again, they are qualified peace officers within their state, meaning they have to go through all standards required by their state. And standards for Pennsylvania are not the same as standards for California or other states. With that being said, it's important to note that this is only in order to get into the agency. As I always say, there is always a step more. Once you actually get into the agency, you will most likely go through additional on-the-job training. The only difference with on-the-job training compared to the general academy is that you will be trained in tactics that are more unique or uniquely specific to what SEPTA Police does. So an example of a tactic you're probably going to be trained in is on how to detect and deter terroristic and criminal behavior and threats. Again, this is actually because the reason why this is unique to SEPTA Police is because, again, they're patrolling train stations. The entire transit system is always a threat for criminal behavior and terrorism. So it's important they are trained in how to detect and deter such behavior. But anyways, that's pretty much it for their main training and requirements. The SEPTA Police Department works with multiple law enforcement agencies, from federal, state to local. At the federal level, they will frequently coordinate with the FBI, specifically on counterterrorism and counter criminal activity. They really work with them on how to deter criminal and terroristic threats. Or future or potential terroristic and criminal threats. At the state level, they actually probably the people they work with on probably the level of law enforcement they work with the most on a day-to-day basis is most likely. It's actually debatable. It's a mix between state and local law enforcement. They probably work with local law enforcement the most frequently. However, when it comes to investigating crimes and really protecting SEPTA property, they will most frequently work with on those specific cases state law enforcement, fellow state law enforcement agencies, specifically the Pennsylvania State Police, for whom they share direct concurrent jurisdiction with. But anyways, at the local level, again, they work very frequently at the local level. I meant with local law enforcement. They'll work with the with county sheriff offices, municipal police departments, and pretty much any local law enforcement agency for which they come in contact with. It's important to note, however, that sorry, my computer must shut off there. That municipal police departments and county sheriff offices, the only reason why they don't always investigate crimes taken on SEPTA property is because, again, that really crimes taken on SEPTA property and just SEPTA property in general falls under the authority of the state government. SEPTA property is state property. It does not fall under the jurisdiction or authority of local law enforcement. So the only people with real authority over it, or direct authority over it, is the state government, specifically the SEPTA Police Department and the Pennsylvania State Police. But those are the real two only agencies with direct jurisdiction over it and authority over it. That's pretty much it for their main collaboration.